Hey y'all, so I always get asked like how do I get a knife from you? What's the process? So that's what today's video is about. I'm gonna try and keep it fairly short, but it starts off by either sending me a message or going to my website and checking out any inventory I might have. And I always post when things will be available on the website a little bit in advance. Usually it's in my stories or something like that, but usually I'll let you know ahead of time when something is going to be available. The second route is to reach out to me through an email at jleesknives@gmail.com, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook. Any of those ways of communication works fine for me. After that, we got to talk about what you want. If you just send me a message like, "Hey, can I get a knife from you?" I'd like, yeah, but okay, let's narrow it down. So, for the most part, I make kitchen knives. I'm happy to, if you want a wakizashi, I'm happy to make a wakizashi. If you want a kukri or something like that, I'm happy to do that too. For the most part, I make kitchen knives. And usually, if that's what you're looking for, I'll ask you if you prefer a Western profile or more of a Japanese profile. A Western profile is going to have a little bit more of a curve to it, and it's going to be better for a rocking type of cut. A Japanese profile is going to be a straighter blade, and it's going to be more of a chopping up and down type of cut. And either way works great. I like both styles. I've used both now over the years. And then the other thing to consider is your budget. I've really been liking, if you like the Brute Forge finish, I've really been liking using AEBL stainless steel, but it's a little more expensive. It takes me a full extra day to heat treat these. So there's also carbon steel as an option. I use 52100 high carbon steel for my carbon steel knives. And that's a great steel for a fine edge that is tough and durable. The thing about carbon steel, if you're new to custom knives or you haven't had a carbon steel knife before, is that it can patina, it can rust. So this is carbon Damascus steel, and it's been in use for a while now. And you can see where it's starting to blue, and I'll try and get another shot of that closer up. But it's starting to blue and it's starting to color, and it's gonna your carbon steel knives are gonna patina, right? They can rust, but it's easy to take care of. It's easy to maintain. I promise you. Stainless or carbon steel, either way, you should not put it in your dishwasher. I'm gonna repeat that. You should not put your knives in the dishwasher. Even if it's a $10 knife you bought at Walmart, don't put them in your dishwasher, please. For the love of God, don't put your knives in the dishwasher. So after that, we figured out what steel, we figured out the kind of blade profile that we want to put on the knife, you know, maybe about the size. For chef knives, I like around an 8-inch chef knife. For a Japanese style Gyuto or a Santoko, I like around 7 inches to 9 inches, depending on what you're going to be using it for. 7 inches is my preference, but I know a lot of the chefs out there really like those big, you know, 9, 10-inch Japanese style blades. Whatever. Another option to consider is, do you want an integral bolster? This is an integral bolster chef knife where the front part of the handle is forged from the same piece of steel as the blade. So this is all one piece, and then the tang is hidden in the handle. Or do you want a regular hidden tang knife like this one? I prefer hidden tangs in the kitchen because there's less area for moisture to seep in and wreak havoc on glue joints or rivet joints or whatever. I think it's a cleaner look. So I like hidden tangs for my kitchen knives. I'm happy to make you a full tang if that's what you want. But I don't have one as an example. So that's another thing to consider, is the handle construction. So the integrals cost more. It's more difficult to make, it's just more difficult, a little more time consuming. The forging process is a little longer. And then lastly, let's talk about handle materials. I always have a wide variety of handle materials. Some of the finest woods available, beautiful, you know, ironwood is kind of my standard if you're just gonna order something you don't know what you want, but you want something kind of stately and good looking, I love using ironwood. It's just a great all-around wood. It's durable. I don't have to stabilize it. It's natural. But I always have a wide variety of handle material available, and I'm happy to point you in a direction, or if you see a knife handle that I've made previously that you like, you can send me a screenshot or a picture of that, and I can try and find a similar piece in my collection, or if not, I can always order one. Usually, I should say. Usually I can order something similar. But that's generally the process. It's pretty easy. Once we've decided all the things, I give you what the price is gonna be. Then I give you approximately what the wait time is gonna be. And then I always have someone send in a deposit that covers the time of working with you to come up with the design and the idea for the knife. That covers material costs up front. Steel prices have gone way up. Wood prices have gone up a little bit. Propane prices have gone up, so the cost of making the knife has gone significantly higher. So I do a 50% deposit to get the order on the books. After that, I'm not going to ask you for money again until the thing is done. Like I said, I'll give you an approximate wait time. I usually tell you longer than I think it's going to take. Usually, that's what I try to do. I try to get it done before rather than after. If I am going to have a delay, I'm always upfront and try and communicate as much as possible with me. And as a customer, you're always welcome to reach out and ask me questions. I am happy to answer questions almost to a fault. So that's the ordering process. If you have any more questions, or if I didn't cover something, leave a comment below. And if you're interested in ordering a knife, get a hold of this guy and let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.